Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2018. We are back for more Octopath Traveler. I'm Chico from Treehouse, and I'm here with Rich, and also another Treehouse member, Ryan, over there. He's going to be doing a translator job here. And we have a special guest, Mr. Miyauchi, who's the director of the game. Welcome, Mr. Miyauchi.
Hey.
Would you like to give some message to the fans?
自己紹介します。それにファンたちに向けてのメッセージをお願いします。
はい。株式会社アクアイアのディレクターの宮内圭介です。はい。今日新しい体験版が、世界で同時配信されまして、皆さんには楽しんでいただけていることと思います。皆さんぜひ楽しんでください。よろしくお願いします。
So I'm Keisuke Miyauchi. I work at Acquire and I was a director on this project. And today, actually, the new demo version of this game has already gone live, I hear. So I'd like for you guys to actually get your hands on it and have some fun with it.
So what we're going to do now is, while everybody is out there, hopefully playing the demo of the game, we wanted to take a look at what it's like when you get when you get a full party rather of 4 characters. As you play through the game, you'll start acquiring more people who can join into your party, and you can swap them out as you're playing through the game. You can see now that I have a full party of 4 characters. I've got Cyrus the Scholar in front. I've got Ophelia, Olberic, and Tressa the Merchant following behind. I have a few other people who've joined into my party as well, but these are the ones who are actively in my party, and therefore these are the ones whose path actions are available to me. If you've played the game already, if you played the demo, if you saw some of the previous Treehouse Live segment that we did yesterday, you'll remember that I only had one path action at the time, because I only had one character in my party. Now I have all 4 path actions for all 4 of the characters who are actively in my party right now. Cyrus's ability is to scrutinize. That is a rogue action, because who likes being scrutinized? So there's a chance of success of 84%. I'm going to try it. Oh. I was able to successfully scrutinize this poor young woman, and I gathered some information about her that has told me where there's a hidden item. Now, for people who played the previous demo, you will note that there's a sort of a mini-map in the bottom right-hand corner. If I want to find that hidden item, I just head toward that exclamation point. You can see now there's a little flashing beacon on the screen, too. Go up here, and I found the hidden item that I discovered the location of by talking to that young woman. I'll go back and keep talking to her here. I'm also able, using Ophelia's ability, to guide her. And you can see that this is a noble action, and therefore I have to be at a certain level to summon her. I'm able, or to rather have her follow me. I can have her follow me right now, but I don't really want to for reasons I'll get into in a second. I can also challenge her. If you remember Olberic, I could challenge her to a combat, but that also seems somewhat unkind right now. So I'll jump down to Tressa's ability to purchase. I've mentioned this in the previous Treehouse Live segment, but I can purchase items from different villagers, and some of them might be items that I can't even get in the store. And because Tressa is a merchant, she can, you know, barter for a better price, and I'm getting this elusive shield at a bit of a discount. I'll take a moment now to jump into my character screen and equip that elusive shield. I think Ophelia might be the one I put it on. I can never remember. You want it? Yeah, you want it. This is also an opportunity to show you that I've played a little bit deeper into the game, and I've picked up a couple of secondary jobs. Cyrus is a scholar by trade, but I've given him a secondary job of a warrior, which allows him to utilize spears and swords. I've also equipped Ophelia with a secondary job of thief. That gives her the ability to, in addition to her default sort of staff attacks, she can use swords and she can use daggers. These are valuable to me because I don't have any secondary jobs for Olberic or Tressa, but their default weapons, none of them has a dagger, so this allows me to kind of round out my team's makeup with some weapons I didn't have before. But what I want to do now is I want to find a villager that I can guide into combat who has a weapon type that I don't currently have. So I'm going to head across town, find this guy I know, and see if I can talk him into coming along with me.
So while you're looking for him, maybe we can ask Mr. Miyauchi to tell us more about the game, and then well, let's say maybe like about how you are involved, your
role in the game.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
まず宮内さんにアウトパストラバーに どういうふうに、携わっていらっしゃいましたか、
はい、
話していただけますでしょうか。
はい、自分はですねこのゲームにディレクターとして、入っていますので、全体のなんですかね、統括、本当にディレクションをやってましたね。なので、ストーリーとかも見てますし、バトルのバランスを見てますし、イベントの調整とかも全部自分の方で見てる、ディレクションしてます。
So I served as a director on this game, so I looked at every aspect of this game as a director, whether it's the scenario or the battle, balancing the scenario, those kinds of things. So I was involved in all that.
Great. One other thing is about the 2D HD visual. Is this something that you also oversee? Like the visual is just amazing with the pixel art, with the depth in the visual background image.
それに次にビジュアルについてお聞きしたいんですけれども、2DHD にもうご関与をくださったのでしょうか。2DHD の発想について。
はい、2DHD ですね。はい、やっぱり昔ながらのドット絵の RPG っていうのを再現したいっていうのがまずあってゲームを作っていって、その上でやっぱり今の見た目、すごいリッチな見た目とかっていうゲームも増えてきてますんで、そういうのにどういう風にやったらなんですかね、同じようにユーザーの興味を引けるかっていうところで、例えば今流れてる水の表現であったりとか、あと綺麗に差してる木漏れ日、光の表現であったりとか、炎のエフェクトとかすごい綺麗だと思うんですけど、そういうのをやっぱり足していってどんどん見た目をクオリティアップしていたっていう形になります。
So in creating the effect of the 2D HD that you see right now, the desire that we had was to recreate the visual style of older games. But if you look at other games that are being made now, they really have a rich visual style. So we had to think about how to recreate or how to also contribute to the style in other ways. So you can see that, and if you look at before, you'll see that the water effects or the lighting effects, you can see the lighting coming down from up on high, how it's streaming down in the background. Those are things where we really put in a lot of effort to make this look distinctive.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to take a moment right there to walk through the town to show off some of the lighting effects and some of the sort of reflectiveness of the river here.
Yeah, the water is just amazingly beautiful.
I did, by the way, guide that guy I was telling you about.
Oh, sorry.
Just wanted to catch people up on what that was. The person that I'm now guiding has an axe ability, and I can summon him in battle to use his axe. I can't really control where he's going to use that axe, but, you know, it's a weapon type that I didn't have before, and it's going to come in really handy. Now we're going to get into a little battle here. Oh, these guys are super tough. Just they've got a lot of HP, so they take a while to whittle away at. I've already fought them a number of times, and I already know what most of their vulnerabilities are. But my weapon types are not the most effective against them, so I'm going to be using some magic as well. I'm going to have Tressa defend. You'll notice that they also have 3 shields. The enemies we were looking at yesterday only had 1, so they take a lot longer to break. Fortunately, I'm a few levels ahead of where I was yesterday, so I'm just going to start spending my SP like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to use a higher level ice attack because I know they're vulnerable to ice. What I like about this one is it's going to do 2 attacks at once, which is going to break that first guy very quickly. That second one, I'm not going to be able to break right away, so I'm really going to focus on just hammering away at him, maybe with some basic attacks for a little bit. I'll be able to break the first guy in a minute or 2, but oh, by the way, I am going to talk really quickly about Tressa, just since I happen to be looking at her right now. As a merchant, she has the ability to collect currency from different monsters. The currency of the game is called leaves.
Oh.
Much like with the steel ability, I can increase its effectiveness by boosting it. But at this point, I don't really want to do that with her. I want to use her donate ability to donate some BP to Ophelia, who has a knife, and also who has some light attacks, so that I can break these monsters a bit more quickly. So instead of doing what I might normally want to do, I'm sort of rethinking what my strategy is going to be with these creatures in particular, so that I can work through them more quickly. I'm going to use 1 more ice attack, but I'm going to boost it a couple of times to make that 1 ice attack stronger. So you'll see I've boosted it, but it's still only a single ice attack.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of freedom, a lot of strategy involved in the battle system. Maybe Mr. Miyauchi can talk more about the battle system and its depths and strategy elements.
バトルシステムのなんか攻略とかそういう側面についてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
はい、基本的にこのゲームっていうのは敵の弱点をついてブレイクしてでさらにブーストして大ダメージを与えていくっていうゲームになるんですけど、見て分かる通り今サイラスとか別のジョブつけてる通り、バトルジョブ、各キャラクターには好きなバトルジョブをつけることができてで好きなアビリティの順番で覚えていくことができるのでその組み合わせでうまく相手をブレイクできるようにパーティーを編成して戦っていくっていうのがポイントになってくるのかなと思います。
So, as you probably can tell by looking at the way that the battle is playing out right now, the basic flow of the battle is to target enemies' weak points and whittle down their guard gauge until they're into a break state, then to spend break points and to attack them. But also, what we put a lot of effort into is the customization options, where you're able to give other characters different job abilities, their battle jobs, and essentially learn other abilities as well for them in any order that you like, and build strategies in that way by combining those things.
So you'll see here, if I jump into the skills tree here, Cyrus is a scholar by trade. He's picked up warrior because I've given him that as a secondary job. And I've got a lot of job points that I can spend right now, but I can't spend any more job points on Scholar because I need 3,000 before I can buy the next job or the next skill there. However, I can jump over here and I can really start bolstering his abilities as a warrior. I don't really want to do that, but I do want to increase his ability to do attacks. So I am going to give him cross strike. And I'm going to spend another to increase his physical defense, another 100 points. And once I've done that, I've unlocked a passive skill, basically a support skill. If I go to the support skills now, I can equip those support skills. I have elemental augmentation as a scholar. I have selected this one because it increases my elemental attack strength, and that's really what he excels at. I've also given him an incidental attack for when he does a non-damaging skill that targets foes. There's a chance that he'll attack along with that. His speed is boosted. I've got an opportunity here to swap out one skill with evasive maneuvers, which reduces the number of random encounters. I'm not going to use that because I want to be fighting a lot right now. And then I just picked up a couple more here, like cover, where I will absorb damage for allies who are near death. I'm not going to pick that right now either because I really like his skill that allows him to prevent being surprised by foes. I don't want foes to get the jump on me, so I'm gonna stick with what I have here. As I'm going into the next battle, there's something I wanted to ask earlier about the previous demo version. I know that there were a lot of improvements to the game that were based on feedback from the previous demo version. We talked about the speed increase. What other changes were based on user feedback from the previous demo version?
第一弾の体験版に対しそのアンケートフィードバックに対する質問なんですけれども、そのダッシュ機能の追加以外の、追加というのはありましたでしょうか。
はい。大きなところだとオプション画面で、画面の明るさの調整が、やりやすくなっているっていうところですね。普通のゲームの明るさっていうだけじゃなくて、画面の四隅の暗さの調整であったりとかっていうのができることで、ちょっと洞窟の中が見づらかった、プレイヤーの方とかも見やすくなれるように調整できるようになってます。まずここまででお願いします。
So one of the things that we added was in the options menu. There's an option now because we received feedback about the ease with which to see the game. There's an option to change the brightness slider for the game so that now it'll be easier to see. And now, like when you're going around in caves and things, you will be able to see your character more easily and the surroundings more easily.
あとはゲームでもちろん前の体験版の時は、2つの地域しか移動できなかったんですけど、新しい体験版とか、製品版ではもちろん世界旅することができるんで、ファストトラベルの機能とかも入ってます。
Oh yeah. So also in the demo version of the game, you were only able to go to two neighboring regions within the game's world. But when the final version of the game comes out, when you can travel all over the world, you will have the option to use a fast travel function as well. So that's been added too.
そのところ。
Is that good enough?
Oh, yeah,
他にもいっぱいあるけど
that's
ね。
plenty.
Yeah, I've got a lot to say, but I can
That's a
stop
good
it there.
start. I do want to catch people up on what I just went through in the battle here, though. I spent a couple of turns defending just to kind of build up my boost points and kill some time to build up Tressa's boost. Because Tressa has a merchant ability. I'll show you as soon as I just go to town on him. Tressa has a merchant ability that I used a moment ago, Hired Help, that allows her to pay money to bring in different mercenaries, basically, bandits, to come in and attack on my behalf. I chose the bandits because they unleash axe attacks, and this creature is only vulnerable to axe attacks. It's not quite enough yet for me to steal money from it, but that allowed me to put it into a break state so that my other characters could attack freely. Now I'm just going to lay into it with everything I can while it's... everything I can is 2 hit points worth of damage. Oh, that was rough. Oh, goodness. This guy's really, really unpleasant. I want her to defend this turn, and I'm going to ask everybody to just sort of bide their time until I can help out here. Let's see, what am I going to do here? He's feeling pretty poor, so I am just going to see if I have anything that helps him. Am I out of, like... Here you go, buddy. Could use a little pick-me-up.
I'll do my best.
And now I really need to... Oh, I'm torn. She's the healer, but she's also got... my one, I picked this guy up specifically for his axe attacks, and I'm gonna use it because I want him to use his axe to weaken this guy a little bit.
He came all the way with us, so we have to use him, right?
It's use him or lose him, and I don't want him just sitting there mooching off my party.
Exactly.
But I am gonna waste Ulbrich's turn healing up Cyrus. That was a bad attack. And then I'm gonna pay some money to bring in the hired help. I'm only gonna boost this once because, actually no, I am gonna boost it once because I might need it again. This will bring out two bandits this time. So every boost point that you spend brings out another guy for the same cost. So it's only a one-time fee, but I bring out his, wow, that is just ineffective. I'm gonna hit him with the stick. Yeah, the stick's not doing much. The axe is really much better. Now these guys are super rough, so I'm gonna try to bring in.
Maybe we can ask Mr. Miyauchi what would be the good way to do this.
こういう時には
Yeah, fix my strategy.
この生のを倒すコツとかはなんかおすすめとかありますか？
そうですね。ブースト、サイラスとかが攻撃魔法使えるんで、サイラスは物理攻撃じゃなくて攻撃魔法を使った方がいいんじゃないかなと思います。
Let's see. Boosts. Well, Cyrus uses attack magic, so I think it'll be probably a good idea to use Cyrus's attack magic to clean this guy up.
That really is where Cyrus is best, but that was not the answer I was looking for. So I'm gonna defend with Tressa again because I want her on deck so that she can spend more of my precious money. To break him, because now I can spend all of my boost points to break this guy in one round. So I'm not vulnerable to his attacks for too long. This guy's a little rougher than I remember him being, so I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to ask Cyrus to abide for a turn to build up his strength. You see that's going to last me for about 3 turns. I could steal something from him. That might be a good use of my time. Because I did make Ophelia a thief as her backup, so now she has all of the same thief skills that someone like Therian might otherwise be deploying in battle. In the same way that I've got warrior skills here, and I'm just going to continue to spend them in hopes that this is much more effective than the magic was. He is pretty resistant.
You could also use the thief abilities to lower his defense as well.
That's true. I will, Ryan. That is a fantastic plan.
盗賊の敵の防御力を落とすコツ方法そういうテーマもありますよ。
盗賊で覚えてますかね。
Have you learned that as a thief? Have you learned that thief ability?
Well, I was just going to check because it's been a while since I looked at all of Ophelia's thief abilities, so I don't really know if she has if I've spent the job points to get some of those yet.
Oh, you did it.
I'm going to run away from this area though, because this area is difficult.
Take a look.
You did it.
I'm going to spend some points right now, right there. First thing I want to do though is take a moment to heal up. No, everybody's good. Okay. So I'm going to go down and take a look at Ophelia's skills and steal some HP. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then that's probably the best one for right now. I don't really... No, she's not super strong with her dagger right now, so I'm not going to spend anything there. That's a good one to add to my repertoire. I am going to go down to my skills, and I'm going to equip the... that skill I mentioned earlier that reduces combat, chance of combat, because I want to get out of this section and show you some new enemies, and also not have to fight that guy again, because he was kind of a jerk, I discovered.
He was a little too powerful for you, wasn't it? Yeah.
So now I'm out of that area, and I want to get back into combat. And so you can see I'm just doing this all on the fly. I can very quickly swap out my support skills as I need to. I have a lot of customization. You'll also notice Tressa just found some money on the ground.
Oh, really?
She is a very sharp-eyed merchant. She does not. She has a chance of finding currency as you're moving from screen to screen. I also want to draw people's attention to the really cool lighting effect here with Cyrus's lantern. I like seeing the shadows that are being cast by my other characters, and I like seeing the way the light plays against the rocky surfaces here. I just love the way all of that looks.
It is pretty.
New enemies. You get to see Cyrus's study foe ability in action. Even though I would normally not know any of their weaknesses, Cyrus can automatically glean one weakness from all of the enemies on the field. So now I know they're vulnerable to lightning and to axes. So I'm really happy I have that axe guy along for the ride. I am going to start off with a quick lightning bolt just to break the first two. And I might spend some money. I'm going to have to think about this. I have a theory that these guys might be weak against spears, but I'm not really sure. So I'm going to spend some time. Okay. I'm going to spend some time figuring out weaknesses. And that does mean I'm also running low on time. So I might just, yeah, I'm going to go a little over the top here. I've been saving up money for a while. This is going to be overkill, but I just wanted to show you. I showed you some low spending hired help. I'm going to go for some high spending hired help. I'm going to bring in a couple of veteran soldiers at 30,000 leaves. That's going to be most of my money. So this is not something I would normally do at this point in the game, but it looks great.
Wow,
Whoa.
that was overkill.
Just kind of, you know, eliminate the problem. You know, what can't money do?
So, while
Build retirement homes for these guys, apparently.
No, they're not thinking long term.
while Rich is still exploring the forest, I wanted to ask Mr. Miyauchi about how they came up with the idea of having this like an independent storyline for each character, or, you know, in addition to the overarching epic, you know, storyline for the game itself.
メインストーリーとは別で、その個々のキャラクターのなんか一人一人のキャラクターのストーリーを作るとの発想について話していただけますでしょうか。
それは8人の人が分かれてることの理由みたいなってことですかね。はいはいはい。そうですね。このゲームやっぱり自由に旅をしてもらいたいっていうゲームなので、基本的にはどこから始めてもいいようにしたかったっていうのがあるんですね。なので一つのところから始まって、同じような道をたど同じようなというか一つの道をたどっていくっていうゲームではなくて、好きなところから始めて好きなように旅をできるっていうのをコンセプトにしたかったので、8人に分けて、それぞれのストーリーを楽しめるようにしてます。
So the concept for this game was to be able to choose from any one of 8 characters and start from any point that you wanted to go from any point that you wanted to start from and go anywhere that you wanted to go, so that you weren't just following one straight line, a story in one straight line.
Yeah, that makes this game really unique and then maybe very interesting to me too.
それはこのゲームの特徴的なところだと思い
あ、
ます。
もちろんそうですね。
Yeah, that's right.
We're getting a little bit short on time here, so I just want to remind everybody that the demo version is now available on Nintendo eShop for Switch, and that the game is available for pre-purchase right now as well. I am going to probably I'm going to go for one more round, let the enemies attack, and then I'm just going to spend the rest of my cash on one last of Tressa's hired help because I think they're hilarious and wonderful. But do you have any final words for the audience before we murder the rest of these
最後
poor
に見てる方
poor
に
guys?
なんか対するコメントとかを
コメント、
いや、
OK
お願いします。
はい、冒頭でもお伝えした通り、まず体験版、新しいプロローグデモですね、オクトパストラベラープロローグデモが配信されてますんで、前の体験版では見れなかった、地方も旅することができますんで、8人それぞれの好きなキャラクター選んでぜひ遊んでみてください。まずはここまで。
So I'll start by saying that, as I already mentioned before, the new demo is out, and that will enable you to go to areas that you haven't seen before and play as all 8 characters that are going to be in the final version of the game. はい、どうぞ。
あともう一個、製品版の、あらかじめダウンロードっていうのも、もう始まってますんで、ぜひ興味がある方は、ご購入してあらかじめダウンロードを試してみてください。
Also, I'd like to add that the preload for the pre-purchase for the version of the game is also live. So for people who are interested in buying the final version of the game, please check that out as well.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Miyauchi, for joining us.
Thank you.
Ryan. And thank you, Rich.
Thanks.
That's it for Octopath Traveler. We have more